Good evening, I'm Dan Wolf. Laura has the night off. Thanks for joining us. A new respiratory illness is impacting dogs all across the country and appears to have arrived in the Twin Ports. The news comes right before the holiday weekend when boarding businesses are filled with dogs. Northern News Now's Natalie Hebner explains what we know about the illness and how to protect your pets.
A mysterious respiratory illness causing sick dogs around the country.
What we're seeing here is a dog that we believe could have had this new respiratory illness. We're seeing cases of coughing, and the big concern is we've seen it progress to really rapid, severe pneumonias, where some dogs have needed to be hospitalized because of the pneumonias.
The respiratory illness was first discovered in Oregon and has been reported in states such as California and Washington. There's been no official reported cases in Minnesota or Wisconsin, but Dr. Kristen Dank with Duluth Veterinary Hospital believes she might have treated some dogs with the illness.
I do think that we have seen cases. The problem with this virus or whatever this illness is that when we have tested them for all of the typical infections that cause coughing in dogs, they're testing negative for almost everything.
Dank said there isn't a test that tells them the dog has this new illness, but they know the sickness spreads fast between dogs, including at dog parks and boarding locations that are filling up ahead of the holiday weekend.
We've been booked for Thanksgiving for about a month, and Christmas we just finally filled up last week.
Kimberly Anderson is the manager of Northland Boarding and Grooming on Tisher Road in Duluth. Just one boarding location that has increased cleaning procedures with this illness.
All kennels are cleaned before and after all dogs are leaving. We scoop poop multiple times a day because, sometimes things are contractable via that way. All bedding is changed out if it's excessively wet. We quarantine the dog. We don't mingle. We have no communal toys, just to keep everybody safe.
Taking those extra measures to keep our furry friends safe.
We'll always go the extra step for that, too, because the dogs are dogs. They're perfect.
In Duluth, Natalie Hebner, Northern News Now.
Now, some cases in other parts of the country have been deadly. We have more information on signs to watch on our website. And Dank said the best way to protect your dogs is by keeping them away from other dogs. And if you do need to board your pets this holiday, make sure they are up to date on their vaccines.